Assalamualaikum. Students, today I would like to deliver a sub-chapter and still in chapter number 1 about ecology and experimental and empirical science. Before we continue, there are actually an OBE or outcome-based education about this topic. Okay, after finish this sub-chapter, you should be able to understand what is scientific methods. Okay, and if you look at here, this is a question that you should be facing during this period of experimental and empirical science, which is about this topic. They are why, how, what, where, and when. But I would like to give you some example here. You just imagine about your final project. Okay, once you want to handle your final project, this question is very important for you to understand first. Okay, and if it related to into ecology, why is actually more into the study relationship of organism to the environment, specifically on the factors that affect distribution abundance. This is why you want to study about ecology. How? By conducting experiment in the laboratory of in or field work. Where and what, more into the ecosystem and the organism or species involved. This is just an example. I think you can read yourself. As I told you before about the experiment that you have to handle during this session. I mean during your laboratory session. And I want to focus more into this one because it's very important for you to understand about this scientific methods. There are 6 items altogether, which are number 1, observation and previous experience, number 2, question or hypothesis, number 3, prediction, number 4, experimental test and prediction, number 5, results based on data, and the last one is conclusion. Okay, please do bear in your mind, because these 6 items are very important for you once you want to handle in scientific methods. Okay, so number 1 is actually more into your preliminary stage, which is you have to understand, you have to read more, especially the journal. Once you want to handle your final project, you have to read more, you have to know what is the data from the previous researchers, so that you may get an idea how to start your research. Number 2, question or hypothesis. Okay, this is actually once you read a lot of journals, you may know what is the question go through, and you may decide yourself what you want to proceed. Okay, number 3 is actually about prediction. Prediction is actually more into your hypothesis. Okay, they are very related. Okay, if you predict this experiment can be running later on or no, that's all. Number 4, experimental test. This is actually more into the laboratory investigation. You have to run your experiment in the lab. Number 5, result based on your data analysis through again related to number 4. And number 6 is actually a conclusion, whether there's support or reject your hypothesis. Okay, number 3 and number 5, they are very related, because once you cannot get result, you have to repeat it. You have to justify your methods or whatever, so that you will get your results. And again, by using different hypotheses, you have to redo your experiment, adjust it, and modify it, might be, and inshallah you will get your result. Okay, conclusion number 6 is very important, but bear in your mind, once you cannot get any result, even though you already repeat many times, so this is also your results. Okay, so this is just an example. I think you may read yourself later on. This is related more into your experiment number 1 and 2. They are actually an average, a very basic calculation, and of course standard deviation, as I told before in the laboratory session. Okay, this one about models and prediction. Okay, we continue later on.